Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that feeling when you're in a hardware store just staring at this giant wall of locks and you have no idea where to even begin? Yeah, you're not alone. So today, we're going to cut right through all that confusion. We are going to break down the entire range of ERA multi-point door locks so you can find the absolute perfect one for your home without any of the headache. Let's jump in.
All right, let's start with a really direct question. Is your front door really secure? I mean, sure, it's got a lock, right? But does that lock offer genuine protection against the kinds of threats that are out there today? That's the real question, and it's at the very heart of everything we're going to talk about.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about what real door security even means. Then, we'll dive straight into the multi-point lock solution. After that, I'm going to walk you through all the key ERA options, show you a super simple 3-step process to choose the right one. And then we'll wrap it all up by answering some of your most common questions. It's a clear path from feeling confused to feeling confident. So what's the deal with the lock you probably have right now? Well, most standard locks only secure your door at one single point, usually right there in the middle. Just think about that for a second. A single point of failure. And while it's definitely better than nothing, it's a weak spot we really need to address. It's time to move beyond that old standard.
And this brings us to the modern, far superior solution for home security, the multi-point lock. This is where you can genuinely upgrade your home's entire defense system.
So what exactly is a multi-point lock? You know, it sounds kind of technical, but it's actually super simple. Instead of one lock in the middle, it has several locking points that shoot out from the door and grab onto the frame all the way up and down. It's kind of like having 3 or more deadbolts, but they're all controlled with just one turn of your key. That is a massive, massive upgrade in security. And we're focusing on ERA for a good reason. With over 185 years of experience, they are a name you can absolutely trust when it comes to home security. That is a legacy that really counts for something. Okay, let's get to the main event, the locks themselves. Now, to make this really easy to follow, I've broken down the ERA options into 3 simple categories. This should make finding the right one for you a whole lot easier.
First up, we have Category 1, the specialists. Think of these as locks designed with a laser focus for the most common door types you'll find out there, which are timber and UPVC. If you have one of those, your decision might be really straightforward.
And here they are, side by side. On the left, you've got the Doormaster Professional built from the ground up for timber doors. And on the right, the Professional UPVC, engineered for that perfect, secure fit you need on UPVC doors. So if your door is one of these 2 types, your best choice is probably right here on this slide. Let's take a closer look at the Doormaster Professional for timber doors. It's not just about having a bunch of locking points. This thing has a high-security cylinder that resists picking and drilling, and it's got PAS-24 accreditation. Now, that's just a fancy industry term that basically means it has survived a whole battery of intense security tests. It's a certified tough nut to crack. Okay, let's move on to our next category, the problem solvers. These are for those doors that are, a little different. Maybe you've got a non-standard size, or you're trying to fit a new lock into an old frame. These locks are all about flexibility. The magic word for this whole category is adaptability. The entire idea behind the universal and adjustable models is that they can be cut or modified to fit almost any door, no matter the height or what it's made of. This can turn a potentially nightmarish installation into a much simpler job. And yep, they work on timber, composite, and UPVC doors. And last but not least, Category 3. The high-performance upgrades. These are for anyone who wants either the ultimate in convenience or the absolute maximum in security. This is the top tier for sure. First in the upgrade category is the Auto Engage, and the name pretty much says it all. Just picture this. You just close your door and click. All the locking points engage automatically. You don't have to lift a handle, you don't have to turn a key. If you've got kids running in and out or you're just a bit forgetful sometimes, this offers constant security and just incredible peace of mind. Now, for those of you who want the absolute peak of security, there's the Doormaster TS007. That TS007 certification you see there, that is a huge deal. It's an independent security standard that means this lock has been brutally tested against all the common break-in methods like drilling, picking, and bumping. This is your fortress-level option. Okay, so we've seen all the options. How in the world do you actually pick one? Don't worry, I'm going to give you a super simple 3-step process to nail this down. It really just boils down to these 3 things.
Step 1, identify your door material. Is it timber, UPVC, or composite? Step 2, what's your goal here? Are you doing a simple upgrade, tackling a tricky retrofit, or are you aiming for that top-tier maximum security we talked about? And finally, step 3, you just match the right lock to those answers. It's that straightforward. And to make that last step even easier, here is your ultimate cheat sheet. This table just lays it all out for you: the lock, what it's best for, and a general price range. You can see really clearly how our 3 categories, the specialists, the problem solvers, and the high-performance upgrades, all stack up. So feel free to pause here if you want to take a closer look. All right, we're almost at the finish line. Let's just quickly tackle 2 of the most common questions people have before they decide to invest in a new lock. First up, the big one. Can I just do this myself? It's a tempting thought for any DIY enthusiast out there for sure. And you know, while that DIY spirit is awesome, the answer here is pretty clear. You really, really should hire a professional locksmith. They'll make sure the lock is fitted perfectly, which is not just vital for security, but it's also absolutely crucial for keeping your warranty valid. Seriously, don't risk it. And that leads perfectly into our next question. What about that warranty? How long is your new investment actually protected for? And the news here is fantastic, actually. ERA backs their multi-point locks with a solid 10-year warranty. That is a full decade of reassurance that they stand behind their product, and it gives you some serious long-term peace of mind in your purchase. So, we're going to end this right back where we started with one final question for you to really think about. Your door has a lock, but after everything we've talked about today, ask yourself, does it truly have security?